Hello and welcome again to Amazon Nation. Previously, we talked about the importance of listening. And for today's video, we're going to cover the second part of our English 101 series and share with you our top 5 best tips in improving your English speaking skills. These tips were carefully crafted by language experts and experienced VA, so let's not take it too long so you can practice them right away. The first step to speaking English effectively is to expand your vocabulary. Think of vocabulary words as bullets. The more bullets you have, the more firepower you got. Kaya may joke tayo mga Pinoy na nauubos na yung balde nating English when we speak to foreigners. It's because it pertains to our limited word bank. Vocabulary is important because without words, we cannot speak, read, or write. And that said, having a wide range of vocabulary words will strengthen not only your speaking skills, but even listening and reading. Because mas maintindihan mo ang sinasabi ng kausap mo at ng binabasa mo. Also writing because mas ma-articulate mo ang thoughts mo through words on paper. Tip number 2 is to improve your pronunciation. So here's the domino effect. Even if you have a load of vocabulary but cannot pronounce them correctly, you don't actually get the 100% benefit from remembering those words in the first place. Yikes. Let me give you 3 great practices to improve pronunciation. First, choose an accent and stick with it. Think of someone you really idolize in speaking English and try to imitate their accent. It will be harder for you to get a hold of your pronunciation if you constantly switch from one accent to another. I have a friend who really looks up to this American rock star, and di nagtagal, she began to speak that rock star's accent. And it's also a fun way to learn because you will constantly be listening to someone you really like. Second is to listen to your weaknesses. Try recording yourself when you talk and listen to what you think should be improved. You can also ask your friends to give it a listen and give their feedback. Third is to read out loud. I know not a lot of people know this, but did you know that reading out loud builds jaw muscle strength? In addition, it also conditions your facial joints that allows you to utter words with ease. Moving on to tip number 3, learn the flow. So every language is a song. So there are 4 components in every language, specifically in English. And that's linking, contractions, stress, and rhythm. But for today's video, we'll focus on the rhythm. One speaking hack in the English language is to acknowledge that every language is a song. And as we all know, every song has 2 fundamental parts, the melody and the lyrics. If you sing a song with no melody but only the lyrics, you will sound like you're just reading a poem. And if you sing a song with only the tune without the words, you're not actually singing, rather you're humming. So for you to sing a song, you need both the tune and the words. In connection to the English language, you might be surprised how much you have been focusing on the words alone. And that's understandable. Lahat naman tayo, when we learn a language, we start with the words. But for you to get to the next level, you have to learn the rhythm. That said, we have to listen very closely to how Native Americans talk. For example, let's go to the mall. Let's go to the mall. Versus how we say it in Tagalog, punta tayo sa mall. Punta tayo sa mall. And because our tone is different, we end up saying the English version using our tone. Did you notice the difference? So, how exactly would you know what the English rhythm would be? Well, the best way to familiarize the English accent and rhythm is to constantly listen to it and immerse yourself to it by speaking. So as a VA, you won't really need to have an accent. But if you will stay long enough in this industry, mahawa ka rin because to most Filipinos, madali tayo makagaya ng accent. And that's a gift that you should totally cultivate. Next, tip number 4 is to build confidence. The lack of confidence is the biggest barrier in learning anything, most specifically in learning a language. And do you know why it's specifically harder for Filipinos to build confidence in speaking English? It's because we live in a society that is a bit unforgiving to those who commit English pronunciation errors. Andyan yung gagawang ka pa ng meme, pagkatawanan ka. But compared to Japan and South Korea, we are actually generally more advanced in speaking English because of our educational system's curriculum. And that's something that we should take advantage of. Keep in mind that we all have to start somewhere. And by acknowledging where you currently stand in your English proficiency level, you'll have more clarity on what steps to take to gradually improve your English skills. Last but not the least is tip number 5, speech shadowing. Humans are the greatest imitators, and language is an aspect in our lives that we can definitely imitate easily. Think of it as a superpower that you can hone. And luckily for us, because there are ways to unlock it. So the first one is pick a favorite English video and choose those with subtitles. So listen to it for as many as you want. While doing so, make sure to read the subtitles to get a good grasp of this content. Because it's also important that you understand what you will be saying out loud. The last step is to imitate. So play the video, listen to it, pause it, speak it, or say it out loud. If you also want to record, that's a great way to assess yourself as well. Speech shadowing is a great exercise to finally practice what you are listening to. So there, we hope this episode's tips have been helpful to you. Let us know which tip resonated with you most by commenting below. And if you like this kinds of content, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get the latest updates on our channel. Again, this is Nikki B, your VA expert, and with Amazon Nation, we open possibilities.